Bedtime Stories 39 Detective Paws. The case of the missing bone. In the sleepy little town of Bachville, the sun rose over red brick buildings, casting golden light onto cobblestone streets. Birds chirped. The bakery's sweet smells floated through the air, and animals bustled about with cheerful chatter. But not every animal was awake. In a crooked building on Snout Street, beneath a crooked sign that read Detective Paws, Bachville's finest snooper, lay a rather lazy-looking dog in a trench coat. Detective Paws, also known as Sherlock Bones, had one eye open under his cucumber eye mask. He was dreaming of belly rubs, bone-shaped biscuits, and long, glorious naps. Suddenly, the door burst open. "Detective! Emergency!" cried Mayumu, a large cow in a sash. Paws rolled off the couch with a groan. "Can't it wait until nap o'clock?" he yawned. "No, the town's most precious treasure is gone. Ruffles the poodle's golden bone eat's been stolen." Paws leaped up. "A missing bone. This is serious. Where was it last seen?" "The Barkville Museum," said Mermu. "You must come immediately." Detective Paws grabbed his magnifying glass and called out, "Whiskers, we've got a case!" From the windowsill, a sleek gray cat with sharp eyes stretched. "Another bone caper? I just sat down with my warm milk." "No time for stretching," said Paws. "We're going to the museum." Whiskers flicked her tail and followed. At the museum, yellow tape surrounded the shattered display. The golden bone was gone. All that remained was a trail of cookie crumbs, a torn red ribbon, and muddy paw prints leading out the back. Detective Paws knelt down and sniffed the crumbs. "Chocolate chip? Classic raccoon snack? Red ribbon?" Whiskers murmured, examining it closely. "Smells like perfume. Definitely fancy." They followed the paw prints to the museum garden, where they disappeared beneath a hedge. "We'll need to find witnesses," said Paws. "Time to canvass the usual suspects." Their first stop, the birdhouse. Rascal the parrot sat at his usual perch, squawking between bites of sunflower seed pie. "Rascal, did you see anything suspicious last night?" Paws asked. "Something shiny." "Something shiny flew out the window," Rascal cried. "Squawk! Looked like gold." "Gold? Huh? Could be our bone," Whisker said. "But who was carrying it? Couldn't see." "Two dark feathers in my eyes," Rascal said, flapping dramatically. Next, they visited the turtle pond. "Toots!" The turtle blinked slowly as the detectives approached. "You're moving fast today," Toots Whiskers said with a wink. "Saw someone sneaking," Toots said slowly. "Shifty little fellow. Wore a red scarf." "A red ribbon!" Paws exclaimed. "Could it be Bandit the raccoon?" Bandit was well known for borrowing shiny things and never giving them back. It was time to pay him a visit. They found Bandit lounging in a hammock made of newspaper behind the junkyard. "Bandit," said Paws. "Seen anything gold lately?" Bandit grinned. "Why? You lose your collar, detective. Cut the jokes. Where were you last night?" "Sleeping. Ask anyone. Ask my cousin Bongo." "We just might," said Whiskers. She noticed something behind Bandit's hammock, a scrap of red ribbon and some chocolate chip crumbs. "What's this then?" she asked. "No clue," Bandit shrugged. "Maybe Bongo was snacking. I told him no more midnight munching." Back at the detective's office, Paws puzzled over the clues. What do a raccoon, red ribbon, cookie crumbs, and a golden bone have in common? "Maybe the ribbon isn't the thief's," said Whiskers. "Maybe it's Ruffles, and the bone was taken using a key," said Paws, eyes lighting up. "Let's pay Miss Ruffles a visit." Ruffles' mansion was dazzling. She answered the door in curlers and a sparkly robe. "Darlings, do come in." "I'm simply devastated about the bone, Miss Ruffles," Paws began. "Have you given anyone a copy of your museum bone key?" Miss Ruffles said. "Where is your detective outfit?" Paws said, "Don't avoid the question." "Have you given anyone a copy of your museum bone key?" she gasped. "Good heavens! No! Well, I did misplace my purse last week at the beauty parlor. Do you remember who was there?" Whiskers asked. "Let's see." Bongo was sweeping the floor. "He works there now." "That's our link," said Paws. "Bandit's cousin? Access to the key? Red ribbon? At the scene." "Time to find Bongo," Whiskers said. And I have an idea how... Whiskers returned to the park at night with a trail of cookies leading to a trap. When the trap snapped shut, they found Bongo inside munching happily and with the golden bone tucked under his arm. "Aha! Caught, Cookie Pod!" Paws exclaimed as Bongo blinked up at them. "I didn't mean to steal it, Bongo Wind. I just wanted to borrow it and show it off at the snack club." "You broke into the museum for a show and tell?" Whiskers asked, astonished. "It was only for one night. I was gonna return it before morning." Detective Paws sighed. "Intentions are not. A theft is still a theft." "But he didn't sell it or hide it," Whiskers noted. "Just bragged a little too loudly." Back at the station, Mayor Moo listened as Paws explained everything. "Well," the mayor said, tapping his hoof, "perhaps a punishment that fits the crime. Bongo was sentenced to community service cleaning every window at the museum for 2 whole weeks." Ruffles retrieved her bone with a sniffle. "Oh, my shiny darling, you're safe again." "Another case closed," Paws declared, hanging up his trench coat and curling back on the couch. "Not so fast," Whisker said, tail flicking. "There's still the mystery of who's been stealing everyone's socks in Barkville." The next morning, Barkville buzzed with news of the sock thief. "Who's taking all our socks?" grumbled Benny the Badger, shaking his empty laundry basket. Detective Paws stretched and rubbed his sleepy eyes. "Looks like we've got a new case of the missing socks." Whiskers purred. "This one will be tricky. Socks can disappear anywhere." "First stop the laundry line," said Paws. The animals gathered, showing their sockless paws and claws. "Look here," said Paws, sniffing a small tuft of fuzzy fabric caught on a bush. "This isn't any ordinary thief's calling card." Suddenly, a tiny voice squeaked. "That looks like my tail flaw." The detectives turned to see a small, shy mouse peeking out from behind a flower pot. "I'm Squeaky," she said. "I've been collecting socks to keep my family warm for the chilly nights." Whiskers smiled softly. "That's very sweet, Squeaky, but stealing isn't the answer." Detective Paws nodded. "Let's help you find a better way." Together, they came up with a plan. A sock donation drive for the mouse family and other small critters in need. Soon, Barkville's animals brought extra socks, mittens, and scarves to the town square. Squeaky and her family were overjoyed, wrapping up in the warm donations. "Case closed," Paws declared, "and a happy ending for everyone." That evening, the animals gathered at the park for a cozy campfire story. Whiskers curled up on a log. "Remember, sometimes kindness solves more than detective work." Paws nodded, "And every mystery is better when friends work together." As the stars twinkled above, the animals whispered about the next adventure waiting in Barkville. Suddenly, a rustling noise came from the bush. Something big and mysterious was on the move. Detective Paws stood tall. "Looks like the night is full of surprises. Let's see what's out there." With Whiskers and Squeaky by his side, Paws trotted into the shadows, ready for the next thrilling case. The mysterious rustling grew louder, and a pair of glowing eyes appeared in the dark. "It's just Allie, the owl," Whiskers said with relief. "He patrols the night skies, watching over Barkville." Allie fluttered down onto a branch. "I heard strange noises near the old mill. Could be another mystery." Detective Paws perked up. "Lead the way, Allie. We're on the case." They crept quietly through the shadows, the moon lighting their path. At the old mill, they found scattered feathers and broken branches. "Looks like a wild chase happened here," Paul sniffed. Suddenly, a frightened rabbit hopped out, clutching a torn piece of cloth. "I saw a shadowy figure running with something shiny," the rabbit said breathlessly. Whiskers examined the cloth. "This matches the fabric from the sock thief's stash." Could the sock thief be working with someone else? Paws wondered aloud. The team decided to set a clever trap using a trail of shiny buttons leading away from the mill. They hid nearby and waited patiently under the stars. Soon, a sneaky fox appeared, tiptoeing along the button trail. "Gotcha," Paws called softly as they sprang from their hiding spots. The fox froze, eyes wide. "I just wanted to make a shiny necklace. I didn't mean to cause trouble," Whiskers smiled. "Creativity is wonderful, but stealing isn't the way." They invited the fox to join Barkville's craft circle, where everyone could share ideas and supplies. The fox's eyes lit up with joy. "Thank you. I'd love that. With the fox reformed, the sock mystery was solved, and Barkville was peaceful once more. Paws yawned. Another night, another adventure. Time for a well-deserved nap. Whiskers purred, and dreams full of mystery and friendship. Allie spread his wings. Until next time, Barkville. The town settled under a blanket of stars, cozy and safe. But in the distance, a soft howl echoed a new story was waiting to begin. Detective Paw's ears perked up. The night's never really over. Whiskers smiled. And neither is the fun. Together, they watched the moon rise, ready for whatever came next. In Barkville, every night held a new mystery, and every friend was part of the adventure. One morning, the town woke to find colorful paw prints leading from the forest edge into Barkville. Who could have left these? Wondered Paws, crouching to inspect the prints. Whiskers traced the path with her paw. They lead to the Whispering Woods. The Whispering Woods were full of secrets and magic, where few dared to wander. The Whispering Woods were full of secrets and magic, where few dared to wander. But Detective Paws wasn't afraid. Time to find out what's calling us. Together with Whiskers, Allie, and Squeaky, they stepped beneath the tall trees. Soft whispers floated on the breeze, and glowing fireflies lit their path. Suddenly, a gentle voice spoke. Welcome! Friends, we need your help. From behind a mossy log appeared Luna, a wise old fox with silver fur. Our enchanted crystal has gone missing, Luna said. Without it, the woods will lose their magic. Detective Paw's eyes gleamed. A new mystery and one that matters deeply. Luna handed them a small, glowing stone. This will guide you. Following the stone's light, the friends ventured deeper into the woods. They faced tricky puzzles, crossed sparkling streams, and met helpful woodland creatures. Each clue brought them closer to the missing crystal. At last, in a hidden glade, they found the crystal, hidden in vines. With teamwork, they freed the crystal and felt the woods brighten instantly. Luna smiled warmly. Thank you, brave friends. You've saved our magic! Back in Barkville, the animals celebrated with music, dancing, and treats. Detective Paws yawned happily. What an adventure! Time for a well-earned rest. Whiskers curled up beside him. Every case brings new friends and lessons. Allie hooted softly from his perch. And the night will always hold mysteries. Squeaky nibbled a cookie. I can't wait for the next adventure. The moon shone brightly over Barkville, wrapping the town in peaceful dreams. And as the stars twinkled, the friends knew their stories were just beginning. For in Barkville, kindness, courage, and friendship solved every mystery. And Detective Paws was always ready, magnifying glass in paw, for the next call. Because every day held a new question, and every night a new story. The town slept soundly, safe in the paws of its cleverest detective. And so, with a wagging tail and a happy heart, Detective Paws dreamed of tomorrow's adventure. Thank you so much for joining me watching Detective Paws, the case of the missing bone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more great up-and-coming bedtime stories, pet facts, Bible study, and music. Good night and sweet dreams until next time.